Hit subscribe if you're brave enough to follow a case that still keeps detectives awake at night. Like the video, drop a comment, and don't blame me when the story sticks with you long after it ends. The storm had already taken out half the streetlights when the first cruiser rolled up to the Anders home. It was 2:14 a.m. in Brookmill, a quiet suburban town that didn't usually see anything more serious than a noise complaint. But tonight, the front door of the Anders house was wide open, the hallway lights flickering, and the family's golden retriever pacing in frantic circles. Inside, officers found signs of struggle, but no sign of 16-year-old Clara Anders. A chair knocked over, a broken phone screen, muddy footprints leading toward the back door, then vanishing into the soaked backyard grass. No ransom note, no demands, nothing but silence and the hum of the rain gutters. Detective Lena Harrow arrived minutes later, her expression tight, jaw working as she scanned the scene. She'd worked dozens of missing person cases, but something about this one felt wrong from the moment she stepped inside. Kidnappings always come with motive, money, revenge, leverage. But here, the kidnapper had left nothing except the eerie impression that Clara had been taken quickly and without hesitation. Clara's parents were out of town, on a last-minute work trip. Clara had been home alone, texting friends late into the night. Her final message, sent at 1:47 a.m., read, "Someone's outside." Neighbors reported seeing a white van idling on the corner around the same time. No plates, no identifying marks. Gone before anyone thought to check. As investigators searched Clara's room, Detective Harrow spotted something half hidden beneath the bed frame, a folded piece of paper with one sentence scrawled in hurried handwriting. And as she read it, her stomach dropped, because the message didn't point to a kidnapper. It pointed to someone close to Clara, and they weren't missing. They were watching. Detective Harrow read the message again, her pulse tightening with each word. Don't trust who asked for her first. It wasn't a plea. It was a warning, and it hadn't been written by Clara. The handwriting was older, sharper, almost carved into page. Whoever wrote it knew something. Something dangerous. By sunrise, the Anders home swarmed with investigators. Reporters gathered behind police tape, broadcasting rumors before facts even hit the precinct. And in the middle of the chaos, Detective Harrow noticed the one thing she always looked for in a missing person case: who showed up too fast. A man pushed through the crowd, breathless, claiming to be the first person detectives needed to talk to. "I'm her uncle," he said. "I came as soon as I heard. Please, tell me what happened to Clara." But Lena had already checked the family file. Clara didn't have an uncle, not one alive, at least. When she confronted him, the man bolted, sprinting across the lawn. Officers gave chase, boots slamming against pavement as he cut between houses. He moved with controlled panic, like someone who had rehearsed this escape before. Within seconds, he disappeared into the maze of backyards and fences, leaving detectives staring at a broken gate swinging in the wind. Inside the station, Harrow pulled Clara's phone records. One number stood out. A burner phone Clara had contacted 3 times a week before. Each call lasted less than a minute. No texts, no voicemails, just brief, silent connections. Then came the next blow. A neighbor's outdoor camera caught the white van, but not the license plate. Instead, it caught the passenger door swinging open for barely a second. Long enough to see Clara. Long enough to see her conscious. Long enough to see her looking back at the house like she wasn't being forced. Detective Harrow froze the frame. Clara wasn't fighting. She wasn't screaming. She wasn't even reaching for help. She stepped into the van willingly, and the person in the driver's seat, barely visible, was someone Harrow recognized. Detective Harrow stared at the frozen frame on the monitor, her breath catching as the driver's silhouette sharpened under enhancement. The jawline, the posture, the familiar tilted head. It wasn't a stranger. It was Officer Mark Rennigan, one of her own, a patrol officer who had been on scene that night, a man who had stood beside her, pretending to search the backyard while Clara was already gone. Harrow swallowed hard. Rennigan had no history of misconduct, no unusual financial activity, no known connection to Clara or her family. But the video didn't lie. He was at the wheel. He picked her up, and she went willingly. Keeping the discovery quiet, Harrow pulled Rennigan's file and found a detail that suddenly mattered. Before joining the force, he worked at a local youth center. During the same years, Clara occasionally volunteered there. Their overlap had never seemed noteworthy, until now. When officers searched Rennigan's apartment, they found no sign of Clara. No van, no maps, no hidden rooms. But they did find something unexpected. A locked metal box beneath his bed. Inside was a stack of letters, all written in the same sharp handwriting as a note found under Clara's bed. Letters addressed not to Rennigan, but to Clara. The letters warned her to leave town. Warned her that someone was watching her. Someone dangerous. Someone who wanted her gone. And the final letter held the truth police had missed from the start. If you come with me, you survive. If you stay, they take you instead. Harrow felt the weight of the words settle like concrete. Rennigan hadn't kidnapped Clara. He had rescued her from someone else. Minutes later, a dispatch call shattered the room. Detective Harrow, we've located the white van. Abandoned. Engine warm. No driver. But there's something inside. A pause. A second note. And it says she's not the one missing anymore. If this case shook you, the next one will burn into your memory. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what comes next.